Welcome back to That LA Garage. Today I'm excited to show you our new build. This is a 22 Taycan. This has the lowest mileage for salvage car in the market right now. I'm excited to start. We already ordered some parts for it. Let me show you around. Before I do, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and all the good stuff. Let's get to work.
All right, here we go. All right, we didn't bid yet. Let's see what's going on.
Still hot potato.
New Jersey. Fucking versus Ukraine and California.
Okay, that's why I'm not. Alright, sounds good. Alright, so. Yeah, he's good. He's good, actually. I would need some fenders. He likes coming on the weekends. It was pretty bitter. You spent all day Saturday prepping everything and
Let Ukraine and California fight for a little bit.
the whole day. The whole day was a half day. Something taping the whole car up. They got everything going, and then I came in this morning. So it worked out perfect. He's quiet, and I don't have to worry about other people or great overall. Oh, yeah, that was the number one.
Illinois now.
When you buy brand new TV order, it's going okay.
Ah, bonus time, watch. Bonus, motherfuckers! Motherfuckers. Fuck Ukraine, fucking Ukraine, you better not. No! Fucking Ukraine, pieces of shit. I know, hold on. Let's go. Fucking Ukraine. It's pure sale.
Yeah, you can't have it.
So I had quite a bidding war on this car. Let me show you the outside and all the good bits. It has active steering. This car has good options. It is a base Taycan, two-wheel drive, but it has the performance package. It has the extra screen on this side for the passenger. Actually, let me see. Do they come up? I think you gotta turn it on for that. Anyways, everything is good on this end. This side, there's a little wing came up, and our issue is right here. Something's missing here. Rear door got damaged too. Look at the inside of this. Beautiful, beautiful interior. What's nice on a hot day like this, I could sit in here and turn on the air conditioning. This is my air conditioned for my shop right now. I sit here. I'll cool down because it doesn't emit any emissions into the shop, and I can just sit down and relax. All right, back to the mileage. A 128 miles. I could do 128 miles in an hour. There has to be some crazy story for this thing. It's really funny. I mean, sad, but all right. Oy. All right, so it has a coolant leak over here. Every time I turn it on, it starts leaking a little bit. Subframe over here is broken. Control arm's broken. A bunch of stuff is broken. I got really lucky over here that I thought this got torn out of the body. We have here the top of the shock tower. The shock itself, the top hat broke off, leaving the body untouched. So that's really good. I was expecting to re-weld this whole thing. Again, also another part of the control arm over here broken off. So we have a long way to go. We got some damage over here. This is going to be the body shop. We're going to have to pull it on the frame machine. But first, my thing is to get it up and running. I want to take the subframe out, and this has the motor on it. I did order a subframe for the car, and it just turns out to be, it is the only one in the country. No, sorry, the only one in the world. And as far as I know, they're not making any more right now because it's hard. They're not getting any chips. So this is a new subframe that we ordered. Some parts already started coming in. So it's something we could start working. This came with the car, which is important because there's going to be parts that we're going to be able to save and use it under the car, like the caliper and hopefully the upright. There's a few stuff that we might be able to use. Everything, any save is everything that we could save is a good thing. Rim is busted, has big dents, two big dents on the inside of the rim, and also the tire has a big gash in it. So that's that. Let's. I'm gonna put it up in the lift. We'll take a look from underneath and then start taking things apart. I can't take the subframe off just yet because I'm talking to a few people from Porsche, and you're supposed to shut off and power down the battery through their computer, but I don't have that, so I have to find a way around it, and I don't want to get electrocuted, so I have to wait and find a solution for that before I can remove the subframe with the motor in it. All right, under here, yeah, we have the subframe here, and we got kind of lucky that this area is the battery, and that's untouched other than, you know, a few scrapes. But the whole battery is good. This happened at Copart, I believe, with when they were picking it up with the forklift, and same thing with this over here. They bent that, but that's not a big deal. All of our issue is right here. All right, now we're back. So, let me just check out this. Don't know what that is. Looks broken. Anyways, so for the past 2-3 weeks, I haven't really touched the car. All I've done is take a look at a bunch of stuff and order a bunch of things. I'll show you the bin, the goodie bag bin. So I also was doing some research, and I was borrowed this from, you know, next door I have an electrician. This is high voltage gloves. This is good for, I think, 10,000 or 10,000 or here 1,000. And also, there's also a mat. That's also, this is rated for also another 1,000 volts. I was just collecting things because I'm really nervous about dealing with removing the engine, the motor, electric motor of this thing. I also have a friend that's an electric engineer, and he came here. I took the belly pan off just to see what plugs I have to disconnect from the motor to remove it because it's on the subframe. While doing that, I'll show you, I found out that the subframe for the suspension is a different subframe than the motor. So I don't even have to take the electric motor out. That stays in. I just have to take the suspension out, the suspension subframe out, and I could put in the new subframe and we'll be good. So I don't have to really worry about all that wiring and everything as well. All the wiring and all the insulation. Let me show you a closer look. Let me show you a closer look of what's going on over here. So obviously the subframe, we have to see, you see it's broken over here and over there. All the tabs are broken. It's even cracked over here. If it was a little bit of damage, I would have maybe welded it, but it's just beyond repair, this one. But this was my concern, is you have the electric motor over here, and actually right here, and I'm not sure what that is. Another part of it, I guess. You see those orange lines up there? Those are the high voltage lines. Anytime you see one of those orange, neon orange lines, you try to stay away from them. You need special equipment to deal with them. But going through it, I noticed that there's a subframe right there. This is one of the frames. See here? That's in there over here. That's holding the motor and connecting it to the body, while this subframe over here is for the suspension, and that one over here too. So that's what I'm going to be removing. So I can, I'm going to start off with removing parts on the passenger side, and so I could see how they're supposed to, because that side is not damaged. I'm going to take it apart, just really see how the wiring is and the routing of everything, because you can see here we have a lot of wires that are frayed and pulled out, and the brake line also. It's another part that I bought. I have a new one, but you can see it got pulled into the subframe. So I'm going to go work on the other side, take things apart, make it lighter, so this way I could take the subframe off a lot easier. I'll take also the axle out and all that. So I'm going to start by disassembling the passenger side and starting to work on getting the subframe out. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. All right, so I got the subframe off. I'm going to show you some things. I'll show you more when I put it up. It was my first time taking it out though. I needed to focus on not getting electrocuted. But the subframe is split up to two pieces. You have, I mean, this is the new one and this is the old one, but it has a piece that sits right here in the front, which is this guy right here. See that? So this needs to be unbolted, but it's easier when you unbolt the main subframe. We're going to call this one the main subframe. You unbolt it, and then this tilts over, and then you can get to these bolts a lot easier. I put just a little tape here to hold this in here. There's a big spacer. I didn't want to lose that, but this sits behind the mount that is holding the differential and the engine. So the engine is held on a different mounting system completely, which is really good. I'm really happy for that, because I didn't want to deal with these orange lines. These are the high voltage lines. So that's that. This is the battery, and this is our motor. Right now I'm going to focus on swapping over all the good suspension parts off of this subframe onto here. Another thing I want to shine light to is they don't have a rear subframe, what's it called, sway bar. Typical sway bar with the control arms in the rear. I think it's something to do with some active suspension, but they do have this bar over here, that I think, okay, so I used to race go-karts in the past, and they don't have suspension. There is no suspension, so sometimes you put in different sized bars in the back to strengthen the chassis to allow for a certain amount of flex. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is. It's pulled all the way back here, part of the subframe, and it just gives it more rigidity, and it does flex. I mean, you could put a thicker one and it'll act somewhat like a sway bar, but it makes the back of the car more stiff rather than, you know, a thicker one is stiff, looser one is. And sometimes also with the go-karts, on a rough track, we would pull it out completely, and those are, you know, that's also an adjustment. So that's interesting that they do that on these. I've never seen it on a car, tell you the truth, but you know, new technology, we're learning, you know. Alright, so I transferred everything over, and I left all the control arms loose, right? Because we need to tighten, we have to tighten all of them up when we have weight on the suspension. So we're not ready to tighten them down yet. And I'm about to put it on the hoist, on the transmission jack, and lift it into place. But let's take a look at the old one before I get rid of it. Let's see the carnage. Oh, I forgot this bolt. I need this bolt. Good thing I was filming this video. Look at it, cracked over here, all the way here. All the control arm mounts were completely tore off. Actually, the bottom one, nothing happened to the bottom, but it's pretty cool. The subframe's not that heavy as well. It's you know, you would expect it to be really heavy, but it's not even that heavy. Okay, now we put it in back the place. You know what? I want to lower the car a little bit. You see, these two bolts line up right here, these right there, and the same thing on the other side. So it's easier to get it to bolt these guys on now. I mean, while I lift it up before I put the big bolts over here. Oh, that's what I think. I'm gonna try it that way. Otherwise, I'll bolt it up. I just have to be cautious of these lines. I don't want to pinch them or anything. Again, they're very high voltage. And if you touch them in the wrong way, you could get...
Stop! Not funny! Stop! My hands are
You're not holding it straight.
I'm weak in the elbows.
In the elbows. Alright, let's go back to the other side. I'll start using the wrench. The wrenches. Alright, now I'm ready to put up the subframe. I got new bolts, 2 new bolts. Some bolts I reuse and some I don't, but some of them got bent. I checked them. Not too many got bent, but 2 of these guys got bent. So I'm going to put the 4 main bolts in, and I'm not going to tighten them just yet till all 4 are in. This brace. Now there's a bracket that goes here. I'm going to put it on both sides. Frame is done, and now I just got to put the control, what's it called, the spring and the upright, and that's pretty much it. Let's get to work. All right, so I got the spring on and the shock. I used the shock spring from the other side because it's on national back order as of now, so maybe we'll put some wood on the other side just to get it to drive a little bit. This way I can move it in and out, but for now I just want to make this side completely perfect. Axle, we need to put in an axle. We have a new axle here because the other one broke off. Oh man, my hand's dirty. And all right. For now, I'm just gonna not tighten, but thread the axle nuts just as some safety, holding someone in place. That should be good. And now, line this guy up. So that concludes this episode of the Taycan that with the lowest mileage ever so far, lowest mileage and newest car, 2022 to 128 miles. So it's pretty cool. It's rolling and driving now. I need to get a wheel. I sent the wheel to get repaired to see if they could repair it. If not, then we have to get a new wheel. I'm waiting on the door. Door should be here in another week or so, and then I can send it to the body shop so they can do frame pulling in the back, straighten everything out. Cosmetically, structurally, everything is fine, and that's it. So right now, when I drive it, by the way, traction control goes on and everything because I put a different size wheel on it just to get it, you know, in and out of the shop when needed. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions or anything, comment below. I always answer all of them. So I'll see you in the next episode.